It's up. It's up. And by up, I mean my short story collection, The Merchant of Venus and Other Stories. It's up on Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, and Kobo, and I hope you enjoy reading it, and let me tell you a little bit about it. The first short story is Slow Arc into Asphalt, and it's about a high school woman who graduates, falls in love, moves into a trailer in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and of course ends up finding some abuse and decides to escape. The second story is What Love This Woman Has. A university professor is either 1, dating a college student, 2, slowly falling into dementia, or 3, dying. We're not sure. We have to read the story to find out, and it's a little science fiction-y, magical mystery. The next story is Monkey Dick and I, which I've talked about several times before. A homeless man, a traveler, what used to be called a hobo, has decided his daughter, who is now 12, should find a home. So he looks up an old Navy buddy, and hilarity ensues. This is a very realistic drama, not science fiction or fantasy or even magical realism. Just a man trying to find a good home for his daughter. Divorce at First Sight is the next story. In an instant, the instant somebody's foot touches the ground, a man and a woman see their future. They see their romance, they see their engagement, they see their wedding, they see their marriage, they see their divorce, they see their arguments, and in that instant they decide to marry or not marry. And the whole thing takes place as somebody touches the ground with their foot. Boom! They see everything and they decide to go with it or not go with it. And it's called Divorce at First Sight. The fifth story is in a quiet little bar on the coast. A salesman enters a small bar on the coast of Oregon, I believe, and he tries to find an assistant. And the assistant has to be a certain age and a certain job, and pretty soon the assistant takes the job and finds himself in another time and another place. And what happens to him is the story. It's sort of a magical realism story with a touch of sci-fi. The final story of The Merchant of Venice and Other Stories is The Merchant of Venice and Other Stories. No, it's The Merchant of Venice, which is basically a man in the future, in a different time, can make a human out of body parts. Sort of like God and Adam and Eve. So he takes a body part and he adds some stuff to it, and he can make a person. Usually he makes women. And the women have an expiration date of 20 years. So he is just in mourning, and someone asks him to make a woman for him. And of course something goes wrong, and in the end the Merchant of Venus has a problem. So these 6 stories are included in The Merchant of Venus and Other Stories, available on Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, and Kobo, and of course they'll eventually end up on Amazon. Thank you very much.